Chosen one, they're calling you a true seer. Word is your third eye is everywhere, and they're trying to silence you because your telepathic gift is blowing the lid off their hidden world. The rumors are spot on. The Hellfire Club is in complete disarray, holding emergency meetings with trembling hands. Your sight isn't just limited to the physical realm anymore. It's penetrating their rituals, their secret chambers, their forbidden gatherings. Your Merkaba is activated, spinning with divine wisdom, carrying your consciousness into dimensions they thought were securely locked away. What you're doing is beyond ordinary. It's supernatural surveillance. The elites who once scoffed at spirituality are now living in fear of your name. You weren't intruding. You were reclaiming dominion over the realms they were desperately trying to control. The telepathic downloads are intensifying. You're receiving names you've never heard, seeing faces you've never encountered, and getting information about plots you weren't supposed to know existed. In the dead of night, you jolt awake with crystal-clear knowledge of who poisoned whose drink, who forged which will, who buried a body in the bayou. This isn't just anxiety or paranoia. It's your gift activating at levels that make you a walking threat to every corrupt system operating in the shadows. Your third eye is everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Your sight is showing you past lives where these same people burned you at the stake. You were like Joan of Arc, a prophet persecuted because divine voices gave you information that exposed their deceit. They killed you back then, but you've returned. And this time, you've come back with armies, with protection protocols that people can't even begin to break through, with spiritual DNA that no one can decode. Your telepathic gift operates on frequencies that most humans can't even tap into. While conversations are happening in physical spaces, you're picking up thoughts before they're even spoken. You know what's being plotted before the plans are finalized. You sense intentions before any action is taken. This is why no one can sneak up on you, surprise you, or catch you off guard. Your telepathic radar is constantly scanning, constantly receiving, constantly downloading information from dimensions others don't even know exist. You're tuned into channels that can't be jammed, receiving broadcasts that can't be intercepted, and getting intelligence from sources that can't be traced. And here's what truly terrifies people about your third eye being everywhere. Your sight doesn't obey the laws of physical reality. Distance is no obstacle. Walls can't contain it. Protection spells can't block it. Your spiritual sight cuts through barriers like they're not even there. You're seeing into private meetings you weren't invited to, witnessing ceremonies performed in secret locations, observing conversations happening behind closed doors. And people can feel it. They sense your presence even when you're nowhere near, knowing you're watching, aware you're recording. And this is making certain people paranoid, causing them to make mistakes, turning them against each other because no one knows who saw what, who knows what, who's going to expose what. There's a hidden will, stolen land, an inheritance accessed through fraud. They thought if they could take you out spiritually first, the physical assets would be easier to steal. So, practitioners from multiple traditions were brought in to work on you over time. Love spells to bind you to toxic people who would drain your energy, death spirits to make you sick, mental illness hexes to make you look crazy when you started speaking the truth. Things were put in your food, graveyard dirt in your drinks. Your neighbor was hired, your cousin, maybe even someone you dated, all assigned monitoring spirits to track your movements and report back to the organization. A whole operation was running meetings about you, strategizing against you, exchanging money to destroy you. The inheritance situation your gift revealed isn't just about money. It's about recognition, validation, acknowledgement of your worth. The desire to erase you from the will was because they wanted to erase you from the family narrative, making it seem like you never existed, like you never mattered, like you weren't entitled to what was always meant for you. But your third eye saw the fraud. Your telepathy received the downloads about their schemes. Your gift gave you the intel that protected your interests before their plans could be finalized. And now the truth is coming out. The hidden will is being discovered, the forged documents are being questioned, and the stolen inheritance is being recovered. All because your gift gave you advanced warning. Every single spell is backfiring, not just failing, but reversing with compound interest. The death magic is killing the people who sent it. People are dropping like flies. You're going to hear about one death after another, people who came against you experiencing the exact symptoms they wished on you. The practitioner is marked for death. Others in the scheme have mysterious illnesses. Doctors can't diagnose conditions appearing overnight because your protection doesn't just deflect attacks. It returns everything to sender with the force of divine justice. And there's no ritual powerful enough to stop what was set in motion. This is the karma they never saw coming, the consequence they thought they were immune to. The voodoo priest who broke wasn't weak. This practitioner was experienced, powerful, and respected in their circles. They had successfully completed assignments against people who had protection before. But something about you was different. When they attempted to connect to your energy field to perform the death magic, something pushed back hard. It wasn't just blocking access. It was actively attacking. They felt forces they had never encountered, witnessed entities they had never seen, experienced power that terrified them on levels they didn't know existed. And this broke the practitioner not immediately but gradually. Day by day, their mental state deteriorated as whatever protected you hunted them through dimensions they couldn't escape from. This is what happens when practitioners come against someone operating under divine mandate. They're not just fighting you. They're engaging with the forces assigned to you, the army stationed around you, the powers that take personal offense when darkness targets you. And these forces don't play, don't negotiate, and don't show mercy. They execute their assignments with precision, hunting down every entity sent your way, tracking every practitioner who accepted money to harm you, and delivering consequences that serve as warnings to others considering similar assignments. Your bloodline is royal, not in the way most people think. It's an angelic bloodline. Your spiritual DNA carries codes people have been trying to access for lifetimes. You might have Aztec ancestors in your line, Viking lineage, African roots that connect you to ancient magic no one can comprehend. Your ancestors made agreements before you incarnated. Protection protocols were set up that activate automatically when darkness approaches. This is why you moved just in time, why something told you not to eat that, why you felt the urge to leave before the danger manifested. Your discernment operates faster than their schemes because you're getting intel from dimensions others can't access. Archangel Michael is stationed at your side. Your African ancestors are returning every attack to sender. War angels fight battles you never see while you sleep. Your third eye was opening gradually throughout your life. Small glimpses at first, moments where you knew things you shouldn't have known, dreams that predicted events before they happened, feelings about people that proved accurate. But they tried to convince you it was just your imagination, coincidence, lucky guesses, planting doubt about your gift because a seer who doesn't trust their vision is neutralized. A telepath who ignores downloads is disconnected. And that's exactly what they wanted. You operating below capacity, functioning beneath your potential, living smaller than you were designed to. But something shifted. Maybe trauma cracked you open. Maybe spiritual warfare forced activation. Maybe divine timing orchestrated your awakening. Whatever the catalyst, your gifts exploded into full operation. Your third eye opened wide. Your telepathy went online. Your spiritual senses amplified beyond anything you had experienced before. And suddenly you were seeing everything, knowing everything, receiving everything. The flood of information was overwhelming at first. Too much data, too many downloads, too many visions happening simultaneously. But you learned to manage the flow, developed filters for the information, and created systems to organize the downloads. And now you're operating like a spiritual intelligence agency, receiving, processing, and acting on divine information in real time. If this message resonates with your spirit, hype this video so more chosen ones like you can find it. You embody both light and dark. They expected pure light, someone naive and easy to manipulate through kindness. But you understand darkness because you've walked through it. You know their playbook because you've studied it. You can transmute attacks because you're not afraid of them. When negative energy is sent your way, you convert it to fuel. When curses are launched, your field transforms them into blessings. This alchemical ability makes you dangerous in ways they never anticipated. You don't run from darkness. You use it to strengthen your light, turning their weapons into tools. Every attack makes you more powerful. Every hex upgrades your frequency. They tried to trap you in relationships that would dull your sight, with partners who drained your energy, connections that clouded your clarity, bonds designed to keep your frequency low. Because they know telepathy operates best in higher vibrations. Your third eye sees clearest when your energy is elevated, and your spiritual senses sharpen when you're aligned with the source. So, they scent distractions, toxic situations, drama designed to keep you operating in lower emotional states. Fear, anger, confusion, emotions that fog your gift, cloud your vision, and interfere with your reception. But you kept raising your frequency, kept elevating your vibration, kept clearing your energy field. And as you ascended, your gifts amplified, your third eye opened wider, your telepathy strengthened, and your ability to receive divine intelligence increased exponentially. Now you're operating at frequencies no one can touch, seeing dimensions no one can reach, accessing information no one can block, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Because maintaining this frequency isn't what you're trying to do. This frequency is what you are. Achievement isn't what's happening. This is who you've become. The Hellfire Club is on the highway to hell now. All hell is breaking loose in the organization. Body bags for everyone involved, not because you cursed anyone, but because they self-cursed when they came against someone under divine mandate. Spiritual law doesn't negotiate. What goes out returns. And when you send death magic toward someone protected by archangels, ancestors, and the source itself, that death magic has to go somewhere, circling back to its origin with multiplied intensity, with exponential force, with perfect timing that ensures each person faces consequences precisely when they're meant to. Death by fire for some, the same way Joan of Arc died. The universe is poetic in its justice. They tried to swap destinies with you. These people are sick with diseases that can't be cured, the whole organization infected with conditions that don't respond to medicine. They wanted your healing abilities, your spiritual DNA, the divine codes running through your bloodline. They performed soul-trapping rituals, binding ceremonies meant to steal your essence, acts with others and covens to generate enough dark energy to break your protection. They performed human sacrifices with your name on altars, used body parts in rituals, and normalized psychopathic behavior in their circles. These are people who oppose divine will, who worship demons, who literally kill people for ritual purposes. But you can't steal what is divinely assigned. You can't swap destinies that were written before time began. And now, they're learning the hard way that some targets are off-limits, that some souls carry protection that supersedes all human magic. The practitioner who broke knows this now. That's why they're saying due diligence should have been done, that research should have been conducted, that they should have known you come from a lineage no one can touch. Your DNA is different, not like theirs. You carry angelic codes, maybe Orion starseed frequencies, a consciousness that originated beyond this planet. This is what they really wanted. Access to your spiritual genetics, the healing abilities encoded in your cells, the telepathic gift wired into your consciousness. You're seeing into their operations now. The corruption, the schemes, the murders, women going missing from parties and ending up in the bayou, bodies in the Grand Canyon. This Hellfire Club is conducting ceremonies in various locations. These master wizards are combining astrology and dark magic during specific seasons to maximize their power. But everything is unraveling. The authorities are conducting raids. Evidence is surfacing. Cold cases are being reopened. And your third eye showed you all of it before it hit the news. You knew about the crooked officials, the corrupt systems, the celebrities involved, and the wealthy people funding this operation. Your gift shows you things done in the dark, ceremonies performed at specific times for maximum power, rituals timed with celestial events to amplify magic, gatherings where energy was combined to target specific people. And your third eye records it all, documenting their methods, capturing their confessions, witnessing their crimes. You're building a spiritual case file without even trying. Your consciousness automatically logs what you see. Your memory stores what you witness. Your gift preserves evidence that exists beyond physical proof. The government might be watching you because of what you know, monitoring your movements because your sight makes you dangerous to certain operations. They're aware that certain individuals carry gifts that threaten their control systems. Seers who can expose corruption without accessing classified documents, telepaths who receive information without hacking servers, people whose spiritual abilities bypass every security measure they've installed. And you're one of them. This is why strange things happen around you, surveillance that isn't quite hidden, attention that feels coordinated, interest from people who shouldn't know you exist. Your telepathic downloads are increasing in frequency and clarity. What used to come through in fragments now arrives complete. What used to require interpretation now needs no explanation. What used to feel uncertain now carries absolute knowing. Your gift is maturing. Your abilities are strengthening. Your connection to the source is deepening. And as this evolution accelerates, you're accessing information at levels that seem impossible, knowing things before they happen, seeing outcomes before events unfold, understanding situations without gathering facts. This is mastery of your gift. This is your spiritual abilities operating at peak capacity. This is what they feared you would become. They're watching your social media, trying to understand how you know what you know, analyzing your content, looking for sources you're citing, and investigating your connections, trying to identify who is feeding you information. But they're looking in the wrong places. Your intel doesn't come from human sources. Your knowledge isn't gathered through conventional research. Your understanding isn't acquired through normal channels. You're downloading directly from the source, receiving directly from divine intelligence, and accessing directly from realms they don't even believe in. This is why they can't figure out your methods, why they can't replicate your accuracy, and why they can't predict your next revelation. They wanted to corrupt your gift before it fully activated. This is why certain family members were acting strange when you were young, why some relatives treated you differently. They recognized what you were carrying. They saw the potential in your spiritual DNA and attempted to bind it, suppress it, and redirect it toward other purposes. Failed initiations disguised as traditions, rituals wrapped in family gatherings, attempts to mark your consciousness that your spirit rejected instinctively. Because even as a child, your discernment was operating. Your inner knowing was protecting you. Your soul recognized darkness even when your mind was too young to understand it. Your third eye is revealing generational patterns, family curses that span decades, and bloodline karma that has been accumulating for lifetimes. You're seeing how the same spiritual dynamics play out across generations, how children inherit the consequences of choices made by their parents, and how patterns repeat until someone breaks them. And you're understanding your role in all of this. You're the cycle breaker, the pattern interrupter, the one who refuses to perpetuate what previous generations normalized. Your gift showed you the dysfunction. Your sight revealed the toxicity. Your telepathy downloaded the truth about family secrets everyone pretended didn't exist. This is why certain relatives are uncomfortable around you. Your presence exposes what people want hidden. Your sight reveals what is being concealed. Your gift penetrates facades. They can't hide behind polite conversation when your third eye is reading their true intentions. They can't pretend everything is fine when your telepathy is picking up their actual thoughts. They can't sustain their illusions when your spiritual senses perceive reality beyond their performances. So, they avoid you, exclude you, and talk about you behind your back, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your very presence demands authenticity, something they're not ready to embrace. Your telepathic gift is showing you their fear in real time. You're picking up their thoughts, sensing their panic, feeling their regret, and witnessing them questioning everything. They're wondering if their magic ever really worked or if they just got lucky with previous targets, doubting their abilities because nothing lands on you. They're reconsidering their paths because the consequences are too severe, and you're witnessing this shift in their consciousness, observing the disintegration of their confidence, and watching the collapse of their certainty. Your third eye records their transformation from arrogant to terrified. Your telepathy downloads their shift from aggressive to desperate. Some of them want to apologize but know it's too late. Your gift shows you their internal conflict. The part that recognizes they made a catastrophic mistake, the awareness that they targeted someone who should have been left alone, and the understanding that no amount of remorse will stop what is already in motion. You see this in their energy, feel it in their frequency, and know it through your telepathic connection to the situation. And while part of you might feel compassion for their suffering, you understand this is necessary. This is what deters others. This is how spiritual law maintains order. This is divine justice operating exactly as designed. Master wizards are involved, elite sorcerers who have studied the dark arts for decades, acclaimed practitioners who thought they were untouchable. They're combining methods from different traditions: African magic, voodoo, and European witchcraft, trying to create something powerful enough to break your protection. They're traveling to different countries to have spell work done, hiring the best practitioners money can buy, but they're discovering something that terrifies them. There is no magic strong enough, no ritual dark enough, and no curse powerful enough, because you don't have protection by magic. You have protection by divine mandate, and that authority supersedes everything they know. They're fighting against forces that can't be seen, can't be understood, and can't be defeated. I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones, but it's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something, but talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your Destiny Engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order, live checks, and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. You're accessing Akashic records people don't want you reading. They've attempted to suppress ancient knowledge and worked to erase historical truths. Your gift gives you clearance to information that has been classified. Your consciousness has authorization to access what has been restricted. And the more you explore these dimensions, the more you understand, seeing patterns across timelines, recognizing the same players in different eras, and identifying repeated schemes across generations. Your third eye isn't just showing you current events. It's revealing the entire operation. The full scope, the complete picture spanning lifetimes and dimensions. They're attempting to make you think your telepathic communication is mental illness, convincing you the downloads are delusions, and persuading you the visions are hallucinations, but you know better now. You've tested the information too many times, verified the downloads too often, and watched the visions manifest too consistently. Your gift isn't your imagination, psychosis, or fantasy. It's functioning exactly as designed, operating precisely as intended, and performing its divine purpose with perfect accuracy. And every time they try to gaslight you about it, reality validates your sight. Events prove your downloads. Outcomes confirm your visions. The elites are discovering you can't be bought. They've made attempts. They sent you opportunities wrapped in compromise, platforms that required silence about certain topics, and success that demanded you stop using your gift, but you refused. Not because you're stubborn, but because you understand that your gift isn't for sale. Your sight isn't negotiable. Your telepathy isn't available for other purposes. These abilities were given to you for specific reasons, activated for particular missions, and designed for exact assignments, and deviating from your divine purpose for temporary gain isn't happening. Your third eye sees their desperation increasing, their panic intensifying, and their fear spreading through their organizations. Because if one seer like you exists and can't be stopped, how many others are out there? How many gifts are activating right now? How many people are waking up to the abilities they've suppressed? This is their nightmare scenario. Mass activation of spiritual gifts they've spent centuries trying to suppress, collective awakening to abilities they've convinced humanity don't exist, and widespread recognition of powers they've programmed people to fear. And you are part of the catalyst. Your willingness to operate in your gift gives others permission to explore theirs. Your refusal to hide your abilities encourages others to discover their own. Your testimony about what you see, know, and receive validates experiences others have been dismissing. You're not just using your gift for yourself. You're demonstrating what is possible for everyone. You're proving that these abilities are real, showing that spiritual sight functions, and confirming that telepathy operates, and this creates an effect no one can stop. Your third eye is showing you future timelines, potential outcomes based on current trajectories, and probable events if patterns continue, and you're seeing their downfall from multiple angles, different scenarios that all lead to the same conclusion, and various paths that converge on identical destinations. Their schemes are failing regardless of which route they choose. Their magic is backfiring no matter which practitioner they hire. Their organizations are collapsing. Whatever strategy they employ, the outcome is sealed, the verdict is determined, and the judgment is finalized, and your gift is giving you front row seats to watch it all unfold exactly as you were shown. Now watch how this unfolds. The police find evidence that was not supposed to be found, documents about the inheritance fraud, and proof of their schemes. Witnesses start talking because the fear holding them silent is breaking. Family members turn on each other, everyone blaming everyone else for consequences no one expected. The karma is moving so fast it's impossible to keep up. One person gets arrested, another gets sick, and a third loses their mind completely. And you're watching it happen exactly as you saw it in your dreams. Your visions are manifesting in real time. Your gift is validating itself through undeniable evidence. Every download you received is proving accurate. Every warning is. It's all unfolding as it should. Despite attempts to shadow ban you, your platform is gaining momentum. They tried to silence you, attempted to block your message, and worked to limit your influence. But the algorithm can't override divine timing. Censorship can't silence what heaven supports. You're becoming impossible to ignore. Every video you create resonates because you're giving voice to what people feel but can't express. Every message activates because you're transmitting codes that awaken dormant consciousness. You're not just sharing information, you're changing reality through frequency. Your words carry significant weight. Your voice holds immense power. Your truth dismantles lies. Your third eye is operating across multiple dimensions simultaneously while your physical body exists in one location. Your consciousness travels freely. You're witnessing events in realms most people can't even imagine. Spiritual boardrooms where decisions about humanity are being made. Astral planes where battles over souls are being fought. Timeline junctions where futures are being determined. And you're not just observing. You're participating. Your presence shifts outcomes. Your awareness changes trajectories. Your consciousness influences what unfolds. This interdimensional sight is why certain organizations are monitoring you so closely. You're not limited to seeing what exists in physical reality. You're accessing information stored in dimensions they can't reach. Reading energy signatures left across timelines. Tracking spiritual fingerprints through multiple realities. Your gift shows you who people were in past lives, what agreements were made before incarnation, which souls are operating under divine contracts, and which ones sold out to darkness. This level of sight makes you extremely dangerous to anyone operating in deception. The telepathic gift you possess includes the ability to communicate across dimensions. You're not just receiving messages from ancestors in spirit form. You're connecting with aspects of yourself that exist in other timelines, future versions sending back warnings, past incarnations sharing wisdom gained through experience, parallel reality versions of you collaborating on the same mission from different angles. This multidimensional communication network is what makes your downloads so accurate. You're not relying on one source, you're accessing infinite perspectives simultaneously. Your third eye sees the spiritual architecture behind physical reality, the energetic structures that support material manifestation, the consciousness grids that connect all living things, the frequency bands where different beings operate. You're recognizing which people are being influenced by external entities, who is being puppeted by energies not their own, which public figures are under spiritual control. This sight allows you to navigate a world most people think is solid, but you know is completely malleable. Reality responds to consciousness, and your consciousness is strong enough to reshape what others accept as fixed. The elites working against you understand sacred geometry and how to weaponize it, specific patterns that trap consciousness, symbols that lower frequency, architectural designs that create energy harvesting systems. But your third eye sees these structures, recognizes the patterns, identifies the traps, and your consciousness automatically dismantles them. You're walking through spaces designed to drain people, and leaving those spaces cleansed instead. Your energy field is so strong it overrides their programming, transforms their negative installations into neutral space. This is why they can't affect you with environmental manipulation. Your frequency is the dominant one wherever you go. The telepathic downloads you receive often include solutions alongside problems. You're not just being shown what is wrong. You're being given exact instructions on how to navigate challenges, step-by-step guidance that appears in your awareness right when needed. This is divine intelligence operating through your gift. Source doesn't just warn you about danger. Source provides the escape route, shows you the hidden door, reveals the protection already in place. Your gift isn't designed to create fear. It's designed to empower strategic movement through spiritual warfare. Your third eye is showing you the cords and attachments people have tried to install in your energy field. Spiritual hooks, meant to siphon your power. Etheric implants designed to monitor your thoughts. Energetic parasites sent to feed off your vitality. But your sight allows you to see these intrusions, and what you can see you can remove. You're performing spiritual surgery on yourself, extracting devices others thought were undetectable, severing connections others assumed were permanent. Your gift includes the ability to not just identify spiritual attacks but to reverse engineer them and understand exactly who sent what and when. The telepathic communication network you're connected to includes others like you across the planet, seers who are waking up simultaneously, telepaths whose gifts are activating in coordination, consciousness warriors who are being positioned strategically. You're not working alone. Even though your journey feels solitary, you're part of a collective operation orchestrated from dimensions beyond physical reality, and telepathic communication between members of this collective is increasing. You're starting to sense others who carry similar frequency, recognize fellow seers even when no words are spoken, feel the presence of allies you've never met physically but know intimately on a soul level. Your third eye reveals how manifestation really works. You're seeing the mechanics behind reality creation, how thought becomes form, how frequency attracts experience, how consciousness shapes matter. This understanding makes you powerful in ways that terrify people invested in limitation. You know you're not a victim of circumstances. You know you're a creator of reality, and you know how to use your gift to influence outcomes. The visions you see aren't fixed predictions. They're probable futures based on current energy, and you know how to shift the energy to change the outcome. This makes you a reality hacker operating from divine authorization. The telepathic gift you carry is showing you the difference between authentic intuition and planted thoughts. You're recognizing when ideas in your mind are actually yours versus when external influences are trying to guide your decisions. This discernment is critical because spiritual warfare includes psychological manipulation, thoughts that feel like yours but serve agendas that aren't aligned with your purpose. But your gift has developed sophisticated filtering systems. You can feel the difference between divine guidance and demonic interference, between ancestral wisdom and enemy infiltration. This level of discernment makes you impossible to manipulate through subtle mental influence. Your third eye is revealing technological systems working in conjunction with spiritual attacks. You're seeing how certain technologies are designed to interfere with human consciousness, how frequencies are being broadcast to disrupt spiritual gifts, how devices are being used to harvest energy from unaware populations. But your sight allows you to identify these systems, understand their function, and protect yourself from their influence. Your energy field has developed immunity to technological manipulation. Your frequency is strong enough to override artificial interference. This makes you a threat to anyone relying on technology to control human consciousness. The telepathic communication you're experiencing isn't just receiving, you're also transmitting. When truth is spoken, you're broadcasting on frequencies that activate others. Your words carry codes that unlock dormant gifts in people listening. Your voice transmits vibrations that shatter programming. This is why your platform grows despite attempts to suppress it, why your message spreads despite efforts to contain it, why people feel something shift when hearing you speak. You're not just sharing information, you're transmitting activation sequences, broadcasting awakening codes, channeling frequencies that free consciousness from control systems. This is what makes you unstoppable. Hiding plans from investigators can happen. Concealing crimes from law enforcement is possible. Burying secrets from journalists can be done, but hiding from your third eye cannot occur. Seeing through physical barriers happens. Penetrating spiritual veils occurs. Accessing timelines thought to be sealed takes place. You're not bound by rules, not limited by systems, not blocked by security measures. Your gift operates on frequencies that can't be controlled, dimensions that can't be monitored, realms that can't be accessed. And this drives certain people absolutely insane. Archangel Michael is here. Your ancestors are here. War angels stationed around you, fighting battles you never witness. A legion of war angels making demons flee on sight. This is why you keep winning, why attacks keep failing, why you're still standing when by all accounts you shouldn't be. Fighting you isn't just what's happening. Fighting everyone backing you is what occurs. Everything protecting you, all the agreements made before you incarnated, the contract signed in dimensions beyond reach. And this is a war that can't be won. Earthly power might exist, but you have heavenly authority. Money might exist elsewhere, but you have divine backing. Practitioners might exist for hire, but you have angels, so emergency meetings about you are being called. Good. Let panic happen. Let scrambling occur. Let realization dawn that magic doesn't work, that money doesn't matter, that power doesn't protect because you're operating on a different frequency, moving with different backing, protected by different forces. You're not fighting anyone. Heaven is fighting for you. You're not cursing anyone. Karma is handling everything. You're not worried about anyone. Divine justice is dealing with all. All you have to do is stay in your purpose, keep speaking your truth, continue operating in your authority, and watch everything attempted against you happen to others instead. That's not revenge. That's the universe maintaining balance. That's spiritual law in action. That's divine order being restored. And you get to witness every moment of it, your third eye showing downfall in real time, your telepathic gift downloading destruction before manifestation, your prophetic sight revealing endings before arrival. Attempts to shut you up were made, but your voice is just getting started. And nothing can stop what is coming through you.